Hi, good morning. Welcome to our podcast for the week. Today, we will be exploring land banking versus house banking. This is a very sensitive issue that you need to pay attention, close wrap to, because there are certain reasons that can either make the land banking worth your time or the house banking worth your time. Before we go there, let's just look at what these two terms are. Land banking is the acquisition of land and keeping it for a particular time to appreciate before you sell. Whereas house banking is also the acquisition of a landed property or a house property, a building that is on the land, and also leaving it for a particular time to also appreciate, and you also sell. Either ways, they are selling in the both sides. But no, one is more higher in return of investment than the other. The house banking is more higher in returns on invest. Now, with this in our view, I want us to now look at the advantages between the land banking and the house banking, right? Now, the investment timeline. For instance, on the land banking, the investment timeline, it could be few, it could be more. So depending on what time you keep the land over time, it will appreciate. But trust me, you can actually determine or even project what your returns will be. It doesn't pass an appreciation curve. But while in the house banking, there are no limits to your return on investment. The same land you buy for 100 million, just put a block on it, you can sell it for 1 billion. And location advantage is also a key to this. Now, capital requirement. The funds you need to buy to do land banking might be very cheap, but the funds you also need for house banking is more. I'll give you an example. Land banking, you can get a piece of land, maybe a 500 square meter for as low as say 50 to 70 million, but in any location, give or take. But you cannot get a good fully detached plus the land and the house for 70 million in a choice location. It doesn't work that way. Capital appreciation sets in here. So if you're choosing either the land banking or the house banking, look at these variables and it will help you make your informed decision. Now, both of them will give you returns, trust me. But of course, for every businessman which you are, you should look at the one that gives you the higher return. They say the higher the risk, the higher the returns. Now, let's look at the risk factor. On the risk factor, there's low maintenance in the land banking, which is a plus. But on the risk factor, there is high maintenance on the house banking because maintenance policy will come, renovations will come. Now, on the land, you are not doing anything. The land is just there. As the time goes, it keeps appreciating. But I tell you, on the risk factor, the land has more advantage than the house banking. So I will tell you, from my perspective, either the land banking or the house banking is a good investment. But I will always say this: choose wisely, do your research, and look at the one that gives you a good return on investment with lower risk. But of course, for every businessman, the higher the risk, the higher the investment. Remember, every investor always reap the dividend. Look at something today, either the land banking or the house banking. Take a step and begin to invest. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media handle at info@exitavenue@gmail.com or Facebook page, our YouTube page, our LinkedIn page. Drop your comments, send us a message. We are just a dial away from you. Remember, I'll see you on the other side of the podcast. Stay blessed. My name is James Abagi. Have a fulfilled week.